Good day, St. Maarten. I'm Yesenia Lazaro.
And I'm Austin Lawrence.
And welcome to another edition of St. Maarten News Desk, where we bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
It's the middle of the week. I hope your legs are ready because we're going to jump into those headlines. The government will hold meetings with key stakeholders to address the fuel clause impacting electricity and water bills. Prime Minister Dr. Luc Mercelina announced this plan during a Central Committee meeting at Parliament House on October 9th. The discussions will involve GEBE, the Harbour, Seven Seas Water, and Sol, aiming to bring relief to consumers. Former MP Sylvia Jacobs raised concerns about easing the burden on residents, while United People's Party MP Omar Ali asked about the timeline for consumer relief, especially regarding the water supply agreement with Seven Seas. Mercelina explained that although the take or pay clause in the Seven Seas agreement was amended to help GEBE financially, it didn't directly affect consumer bills. However, talks on reducing the fuel clause could potentially lower costs for households. The Prime Minister acknowledged the complexity of the issue, but assured that the government is committed to finding sustainable solutions to bring relief, financial relief, to the public.
The 20-megawatt containerized generators have arrived at Port St. Maarten, with some already en route to GEBE's power plant in GEBE. This is part of the ongoing efforts to stabilize the island's power supply. Meanwhile, GEBE faced mechanical failures over the weekend with the engines DG18 and DG20, leading to the increase in load shedding. Engineers swiftly performed repairs, working for 21 hours non-stop. By October 14th, both engines were restored to full operational capacity, significantly reducing power outages. Temporary manager Troy Washington thanked the dedicated staff and public for their patience, noting that the generator's arrival will provide additional relief by mid-November.
Finance Minister Marinka Gumps addressed confusion regarding the potential sale of WINAIR shares. She confirmed that while the previous Council of Ministers had discussions about a possible sale, none of those talks led to concrete offers. Therefore, she criticized the decision to include revenue from this sale in the 2024 budget. Gums explained that the budget was reduced by 25 million guilders to reflect more realistic revenue expectations. She emphasized that the current government has no plans to sell WINAIR shares, instead focusing on sustainable measures to boost government income. Gums also refuted media reports questioning her integrity, clarifying that discussions with WINAIR's previous board did not extend to the current board.
Hello, my people. Make sure you tune in to Sit, Sip, and Chat every Monday at 5 p.m. on TV 15 and every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m.
And make sure tune in to the Late Night Show with Andrew Dick from Monday to Friday at 10 p.m. with a repeat in the afternoon for no reason. In the afternoon, the Late Night Show at 3 p.m. Thank you, TV 15.
Thank you, TV 15. Make sure to tune in.
Make sure to tune in to the Late Night.
And Sit, Sip, and Chat.
Late Night.
Remember, new episodes premiere every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. on TV 15 and across other social media platforms.
I'm Yesenia Lazaro, wishing you a wonderful week.
Stay friendly, St. Maarten.
We exposed 5 strangers to different KFC menus to see if the flavor can enhance any moment. And at the first bite, the party began. We repeated the experiment during the day, during business hours, on weekends, with sunshine, with rain. It's confirmed any moment can be a KFC moment.
President of Parliament Sarah Wescot-Williams highlighted St. Martin's lag in formalizing the involvement with regional institutions such as CARICOM and OECS. Speaking after her participation in the CSA conference in St. Lucia, Wescot-Williams stressed the importance of strengthening these ties. She has since engaged with regional experts, including Antonio Carmona Baez from the University of St. Martin, known as USM, to seek European Union funding for a project supporting St. Martin's inclusion in regional cooperation. This initiative aims to advance both academic and practical collaboration across the Caribbean. Wescot-Williams has requested government action to further these efforts ahead of the 2025 CSA conference, which will be hosted right here in St. Martin.
Justice Minister the Honorable Lyndon Lewis faces mounting pressure to address St. Martin's Tier 3 ranking in the U.S. Trafficking in Persons Report, also known as the TIP report. The island is criticized for failing to meet minimum anti-trafficking standards, with foreign workers and women from the Caribbean and Latin America being especially vulnerable. On October 18th, Anti-Slavery Day, Lewis will unveil the branding for the National Reporting Center, NRC, an initiative aimed at combating trafficking. While the NRC has been operational since September, its resources remain limited. Lewis also plans a panel discussion and specialized training to tackle trafficking concerns. St. Martin's minimal prosecution efforts and lack of interagency communication have compounded the issue, despite legislative penalties for trafficking being in place. The government has been criticized for underfunding its initiatives and failing to show significant progress in combating trafficking.
St. Martin's Chamber of Commerce and Industry, known as COCI, has expressed grave concern over the recent surge in robberies targeting businesses across the island. The chambers acknowledge law enforcement efforts but emphasize the need for stronger crime prevention measures to safeguard the business community and the tourism sector. Chamber President Peggy Ann Brandon warned that the rise in crime rates not only threaten local businesses but also jeopardize the country's economic stability and reputation as a safe tourist destination. With the high season approaching, the Chamber is urging authorities to increase patrols in commercial zones and for businesses to enhance their security measures. A collaboration with the Ministry of Teat and Vromi is being planned to improve lighting in commercial areas along with law enforcement's efforts to boost surveillance.
Eelco Boomsma, 48 years old, has been appointed the new head of office of the representation of the Netherlands in Philipsburg starting January 6, 2025. He will also serve as the deputy representative of the Netherlands in St. Martin, succeeding Chris Johnson. Boomsma brings extensive diplomatic experience, having previously worked at the Dutch Embassy in Singapore and in other key roles at the Ministry of the Interior and Kingdom Relations. He is excited to strengthen connections with partners in Aruba, Curaçao, and St. Martin. Dutch Representative Edson Hato welcomed Boomsma to the team, expressing confidence in his abilities to enhance cooperation within the kingdom. Today through Thursday morning, easterly with a light to moderate breeze of 6 to 14 miles per hour. A relatively stable atmosphere with low moisture content will restrict rainfall while hot and humid weather persist. However, drifting pockets of moisture may cause isolated showers. Seas will remain slight to moderate during the next few days. An area of low pressure in West 94L over the central tropical Atlantic has a low to medium, which is 30 to 50% chance of formation over the next 2 to 7 days as the system moves west to west-northwestward towards the Caribbean. Outlook through Friday morning is fair to partly cloudy, becoming cloudy at times with isolated showers and possible isolated thunderstorms. Now let's take a look at our tropical weather update by Mr. Brian Shields.
Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields, and thank you for taking the time to subscribe to this channel. All right, these are the two spots we're watching. This in the Western Caribbean, in this area here in the Atlantic, that is going to get closer as we work our way into the next few days. So I want to highlight both of these areas, what I'm expecting as far as rain and the chances of development out of these, plus that big blocker that is sitting up to the north across the U.S. So a couple areas to cover. Now let's start with this spot here that is approaching the northeastern Caribbean. As of now, it's nothing crazy. It's kind of a blob of rain out there. The European model and the American model do not have this becoming a named system. The Canadian model does have this becoming a tropical depression, so that's one step below a tropical storm, saying, hey, this is going to be some sort of classified system. And the ICON does eventually have this still becoming a tropical storm. So yes, there's still the chance this does develop gradually, but as of now, I'm not seeing anything that is too terribly strong with this area. And I want to show you why as we work forward. Now, let's get a zoomed in look here and what we're seeing specifically for the northeastern Caribbean to try to kind of keep things island by island. So here we are in Dominica. You get over toward Statia, Saba, British and U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico right here, Anguilla, St. Martin, Antigua, Barbuda. Same thing as I showed you yesterday, on track. And that is my goal, to be very consistent with the forecast to give you lead time on everything. At least the next few days, I don't see this becoming a named system. So this disturbance will be very close to us on Friday. That's when we'll see a better chance of rain. Today it's kind of stuck in dry air, gets closer to tomorrow, and then on Friday we start to get some of the extra rain on this, and by Saturday this will be close to Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. Most likely still not as a named system, but an area of rain we're watching. Now we're going to stay in monitor mode, and I mentioned this, that we're not in action mode, and that is very important because I want to keep anxiety with everything through the hurricane season in check. This is just a spot we're watching together, right? I'm on top of it. If it were to develop a little bit further quicker, I would let you know right away. But monitor mode, which means we're just kind of spreading the word, hey, there's an area we're watching out there, and it will bring us a better chance of some rain. Now, the computer models are more interesting today. What I mean by that is they're still showing this moving off to the west-northwest, but some of the computer models don't show a whole lot. They actually end before this even gets to the Caribbean, because some of those computer models are saying this is not going to be a system at all to
Hi, Mom. How are you? But Mom, you finished all your minutes yet?
No, girl. TLM has new postpaid plans and automatically upgraded my postpaid package.
Is that so?
Guess what? I am getting more minutes and almost double the amount of data for the same price.
I guess I'm making a switch now.
Let me call you back, Mom.
Hey Tash, you hear about TLM new postpaid plans?
Maarten Hospitality and Trade Association, known as SHTA, is excited to kick off the third edition of St. Maarten Flavors with the event Let the Tastin Begin on October 24, 2024 at NIPA from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. This culinary celebration will showcase the talent of students from NIPA's hospitality and culinary program as they collaborate with chefs to serve hors d'oeuvres inspired by St. Maarten diverse cuisines. This evening will be doubled by networking opportunities for the SHTA members, sponsors, and participants of the St. Maarten Flavors, spotlighting the future of St. Maarten's culinary scene. Sol, a presenting sponsor, reaffirms its commitment to supporting local education and fostering youth development. This event also promotes NIPA's monthly public lunches, where students showcase their culinary skills.
Green Dream Projects Foundation, led by President Claude Javois, is making significant strides in environmental sustainability in St. Maarten. On October 10th, the foundation transported 3.4 tons of mixed plastic bottles and aluminum cans to the Verde St. Maarten IDEX SAS Eco site in French Cul-de-Sac. This achievement marks a milestone as the first successful cross-border recycling initiative on the island. This successful transport was made possible through a partnership with Maxime Arnal, Operations Manager at Verde St. Maarten IDEX SAS, alongside support from CGC, a member of the Foundation's Sustainable Waste Management Practices Initiative. By diverting recyclables from the Philipsburg landfill, the Foundation emphasizes proper waste segregation, striving to transform St. Maarten into a greener paradise. Mr. Javois, with his background in environmental waste management, promotes cross-border engagement to implement sustainable solutions that align with several United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, known as SDGs. As St. Maarten moves toward a greener future, the Green Dream Projects Foundation, under Claude Javois' leadership, demonstrates that small islands can lead in sustainability through vision and partnerships. The Dutch Caribbean Nature Alliance, known as DCNA, invites primary schools and young nature enthusiasts from Aruba, Bonaire, Curaçao, Saba, St. Eustatius, and St. Maarten to participate in the free Big Live Nature Quiz, Kids Edition, on Friday, November 1st. This exciting online educational event offers children a chance to learn about nature while competing with peers across the Dutch Caribbean. This quiz aims to inspire and educate children about the unique ecosystems of the Dutch Caribbean under the theme Nature's Locals, Newcomers, and Intruders. This initiative is a collaborative effort involving all 6 Dutch Caribbean islands and various conservation partners, including the Aruba Conservation Foundation, Carmabi, Stinapa, Saba Conservation Foundation, St. Eustatius National Parks Foundation, and the Nature Foundation, St. Maarten. The event is also supported by local primary schools, Dutch Caribbean TV, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security, and Nature, alongside the Dutch National Postcode Lottery. The quiz is open to children in grades 5 and 6, or groep 7 and 8, in the Dutch system. The quiz will feature multiple choice questions based on DCNA's BioNews Kids Magazine 2024 edition. No prior preparation is necessary, but reading the magazine can be beneficial. Participating schools will receive hard copies of BioNews Kids before the quiz, and it's available online in English, Dutch, and Papiamento. The winning team will enjoy a sailing and snorkeling trip with their teacher, and there will also be snorkels set up for grabs. Participation is free, but registration is essential. Teachers can register their class teams online at www.biglivenaturequiz.org. For more information, please contact research at dcnanature.org.
World Food Day is observed globally October 16th under the theme Right to Food for a Better Life and a Better Future. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, emphasizes that food stands for diversity, nutrition, affordability, and safety. They advocate for greater variety of nutritious foods to be available in our fields, markets, and our tables for everyone's benefit. Despite the fact that the world's farmers produce enough food to feed the global population, hunger persists. Currently, around 733 million people face hunger due to repeated weather shocks, conflicts, economic downturns, and ongoing impacts of the pandemic. Food is recognized as the third most basic human need, following air and water, and everyone should have the right to adequate food. In line with World Food Day, the Collective Prevention Services, known as CPS, part of the Ministry of Public Health, Social Development and Labor, reminds the community that consuming a diverse range of nutritious foods daily is essential. Healthy diets should be diverse, balanced, and adequate to meet nutrient needs. As discussions on climate change and food security intensifies, CPS urges the community to collectively take action for the future of water, food, people, and the planet. That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Maarten News Desk.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. on TV 15 and then across our social media platforms and all Alexa devices globally. I'm Alston Lawrence.
And I'm Yesenia Lassiter, wishing you a wonderful week. See you next time.
Don't forget, stay friendly, St. Maarten.